Iowa State last played on Sunday. That game was down in Kissimmee, Florida. They lost against Texas A&M. Cyclones start with the basketball. Iowa State just one state over. First shot of the game is up and in. Robert Jones, big Rob energy.
Excellent execution by the Cyclones. They struggled in Orlando offensively in some games. To get that start with the bucket is excellent.
Blue Demons try and go for the backdoor cut, and some miscommunication. It's a turnover. TJ Otzelberger, third season, just like Tony Stubblefield.
Coach Otzelberger has come in there and had success from the get-go. He talked about to Eric and I about...
Oh, great defense at the rim by Deshaun Nelson.
Security.
But score the goal. Some stick-to-itiveness by Trey King.
Coach Otzelberger talked to Eric and I about how he's had that success, but now this is a team with more younger guys, transfers, and you have to have patience and development to get back to that success.
First shot on goal is missed. That's Deshaun Nelson. So Iowa State has scored twice, 2 times down the floor. DePaul, nada. They're 2 times down the floor. Shot is missed inside. Momcilovic, the misfire. A little bit short by Nelson.
Nelson coming off a productive game last outing with 23 points, so he's trying to get it going early. They need to find him and get him involved in the offense.
Using half the shot clock. King has it rattle out, but an offensive rebound. 2 for a quarter for King, and he catches it in.
Trey King normally is what he did after they got the rebound. Attacking the paint strong, using his physicality, absorbing contact, and finishing. He's not really a jump shot shooter. He's a basket finisher.
DePaul leads the all-time series, which is almost non-existent. They've only played 1 time. It was way back in 1967. Up and in, finally breaking the seal for DePaul. That's Elijah Fisher.
This is one of the most valuable transfers in college basketball. Elijah Fisher, the young, talented sophomore, can score inside and outside and get to the basket.
Massive get for Tony Stubblefield. Considered to be a 5-star recruit, 1 and done. Played at Texas Tech before coming to Chicago. Talking about Elijah Fisher. Back of the iron. And we've got a held ball. Possession arrow is going to give it to DePaul. All right, well, we got a moment. How about your keys to success, your formula for success, Dickie?
Iowa State has to have offensive efficiency and perimeter D. Protect the perimeter on DePaul's drives. And the Blue Demons handle the defensive pressure by the Cyclones. And ball and body movement. When they get ball and body movement, it's always turning into a positive offensive outcome.
Chico Carter hands it off. And stroking it, Jeremiah Odin. Welcome to the ball game.
And right on cue, you saw Chico Carter using the ball screen, probing the defense, not holding on to the ball, and was able to deliver for the pick and pop 3 by Odin.
Odin's Chicago kid. He spent his first 3 years as a college player out in Wyoming. But he's come back to the big city for a senior season. Extra pass in tight corners, off the mark. Here comes Nelson. Little Euro. Didn't work.
Both teams have trouble securing the ball. They're both turnover prone. That is going to be important emphasis for this game.
King fumbled the pass for a moment, then cashes it in. Second field goal for Trey King.
The transfer from Eastern Kentucky. Strong body, undersized power forward, plays bigger than he is.
And snaps a modest 5-0 run for DePaul. Carter stops his starts. And he'll have free throws. So the first free throws of the game will be for Chico Carter and the DePaul Blue Demons. Just getting started downtown Chicago. When we
could get back to calling him Trey. But you see, Mr. Trey King right there, built like a linebacker, physically ready to play like a grown man.
He looks the part, man. Central casting. So here's Chico Carter. Chico Carter's first year as a DePaul Blue Demon. He is from Columbia, South Carolina. He's at Murray State with the Racers. Most recently playing in the SEC at South Carolina. Shoots a good free throw, makes a pair, and it's a one-point ball game.
You see DePaul showing some token pressure, three-quarter pressure. They're going to drop back in the zone. This DePaul team is light-handed with their players, so they're going to spend a lot of time playing zone defensively to preserve their teammates.
Beautiful pass, and King can't get it to fall. That's a missed opportunity.
And I just talked about how King needs to finish. Penetration in the zone, nice pass, but excellent defense from behind by Nelson.
Changes for Iowa State into the ball game. Number 5, Curtis Jones. Also into the game, 33, Omaha Ballou. DePaul is still a thin team. They're playing without Jalen Terry, expected to be one of their leaders. Hasn't played all season long. Got to come back from an ankle injury is Jalen Terry. Oden, I like that kid's stroke. Second three ball for Jeremiah Oden.
Well, like I talked about earlier, ball and body movement, but right there you had Carter going downhill and he got a paint touch. Whenever you get a paint touch, make the defense collapse. There's an open player. He found him in the corner.
Rebounded in traffic by Nelson. DePaul the lead in the ball. Why not? Oden got it again. He's got 9.
The only time when DePaul gets into offensive struggle is when they have ball stoppers. So far in this early parts of the game, there are no ball stoppers, and that's why they're up by 5.
Oden played his high school ball not too far away. He's a Catholic League kid, played at St. Rita. Spent 3 years out in Laramie, Wyoming, playing for the Cowboys. And now he's got it again! And he can't get the hometown roll. How soft was that?
Oh, that was nice touch. And again, Carter kicking the ball up court. And then you had the one more pass. But right there, Carter didn't have a shot. He's sharing it. Look at the exaggerated follow through by Oden. They're sharing the ball. They're moving the ball. And it's happening and creating open looks.
Nelson bumped off his spot. Relocates and hits it.
And that's just Deshaun Nelson being aggressive, showing his versatility of being able to knock down perimeter shots, but also post up in the paint.
Number 12, Robert Jones back into the game. He got a quick blow just a moment ago. This is Lipsy. Keyshawn Gilbert, Ballou. And Ballou got caught up in the air with nowhere to go.
Unforced turnovers.
Crazy shot, one and done. Picked off. Chico Carter. And DePaul's playing inspired basketball right now.
This is one of the times that I've seen DePaul come out of the break right off the bat and play at a high level. It's good to see.
And oh, by the way, they've made both of their free throws.
And out of those 6 field goal makes, they all have come from people sharing the ball. 4 assists on 6 makes. You gotta love it.
Iowa State goes to the bench. Jackson Pavletsky comes into the game for the first time. Sophomore transfer from Wofford, originally from just outside of Milwaukee. Pavletsky. Pavletsky turns the corner. Shot clock down to 5. Curtis Jones rings the bell. That's a triple for Jones.
Curtis Jones, the transfer from Buffalo. He is a capable shooter, knocking down that shot. But I think DePaul still needs to play zone defensively because Iowa State only shoots 31% from the 3. Force them to continue taking tough threes.
Carter! Gilbert to Jones, playing keep way up high. Wild with the left hand. goodness. That's Gilbert who threw it up there just to get his own rebound and put it up through.
Yeah, that was an unorthodox shot that he took, but usually the shooter is the first one to know where his rebound is going. And right there, Gilbert knew, secured it, and put it back up for the finish.
Here's KT Ramey getting some first half burn. Backdoor pass, and the layup is missed by Oden. Oh, he wants that one back.
Well, that was a good pass. Good interior passing and vision. Again, a paint touch is always a good thing for the Blue Demons.
Ball poked away and stolen away. Fisher had it for just a moment before his pocket was picked by Gilbert. And Gilbert not going to get away with that. Not in downtown Chicago. Foul is called on Gilbert for extending the arm. And we've got a timeout on the floor. DePaul.
An advantage of 5 points ahead right now.
Half of DePaul's 18 points scored by Jeremiah Oden on just 3 makes. He's got 3 3-pointers. Tony Stubblefield, just not the start that he would have liked this year. 1-5 non-conference play. But still a whole bunch of time remaining in our season. Working the baseline. This is Fisher, walled off. 5-star recruit transferred over from Texas Tech. Chico Carter gets it back. Shot clock down to 6. Grenade over to Oden, has to fire. Oh, Jeremiah Oden, his 4th 3-pointer.
Oden is on fire right now, showing his ability to raise up behind 3. Normally, he's a catch-and-shoot 3-point shooter right there, displaying the ability to seek out a shot on the bounce and late clock.
Oden in 6 games this year had made 8 total 3-pointers. He's already got 4 in the first 9 minutes of our game today. Havlicki, his first field goal, the sophomore. So DePaul with 21 points on 7 made field goals, 5 threes, 2 twos, and 2 free throws. And a traveling violation called on KT Ramey.
And this is where the Blue Demons have to be able to embrace the pressure the Cyclones will put on them. They're good defensively with pressuring the ball, making you uncomfortable. And this is one of the Achilles heels that DePaul has, turning the ball over.
For Iowa State, Milan Momcilovic comes back into the ball game, number 22. Taman Lipsey's been super quiet here in the ball game. Here's the man we're talking about, Lipsey. A little bit short, but got his own miss.
Lipsey, an excellent rebounder for a 6'1" guard. Played in Orlando in the tournament, averaged a little bit over 8 rebounds a game.
Jackson Pavletsky, back-to-back field goals for the sophomore.
The transfer from Wofford, Pavletsky is crafty.
Rebounded in traffic. Momcilovic. Here comes Iowa State, now down by 4. Pavletsky. How did he find Lipsey? Beautiful pass, guard to guard. And Iowa State feeling the vapors right now. They're on a 6-0 run to make it a 1-possession game. TJ Otzelberger is not really familiar with losing back-to-back games.
Well, they were up 21 points against Texas A&M in Orlando at that tournament. Lost the lead because they struggled offensively, and they weren't able to absorb Texas A&M's push and the physicality that they played with.
DePaul leading by 2. Trying to survive a 6-0 run for Iowa State. And now just getting their offense started with 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nelson couldn't get it there.
That's where they get in trouble right there. They kept the ball on one side. Nelson turned down an open 3 to dribble into traffic in the paint.
Pavletsky. Lipsey. That's a pretty strong drive. For a 6'1" guard, that's a pretty darn strong drive for Taman Lipsey.
Well, the Blue Demons right there breaking down on perimeter defense. You have an attack which was all started from the original penetration by Gilbert, and then Pavletsky penetration, paint touch, and now you're on the move trying to recover And this is where Lipsy can attack the rotating guard and get to the basket and able to finish.
3 guys in the world with the same resume as Lipsy. Ames High School, Iowa Mr. Basketballs. You got Fred Hoiberg, you got Harrison Barnes, and you got Taman Lipsy.
My former NBA teammate with the Bulls, the mayor, Fred Hoiberg.
Here comes Lipsy, what do you got? Hoiberg would have poked that. Just saying.
Well, I mean, he is 6'1", and that's being generous, but the bottom line is Lipsy coming off an all-tournament team in Orlando tournament, plays bigger than he is. I told you he's a rebounder. He had a double-double last game, 10 points, 14 rebounds from your point guard.
11-0 run for Iowa State, but it ends on a flush by Jaden Henley.
And this is what Coach Stubblefield has been waiting for, Jalen Henley to step up. He was a fantastic freshman in the Big Ten last year, transferred. He needs his scoring.
That's a really good move by Keyshawn Gilbert. Stopped on a dime and hit a floater falling on his backside. And another turnover for DePaul. Kind of a goofy mistake, and it's going to be Iowa State ball. Dad played at DePaul in the early 2000s. Right on the heels of that era with Quentin Richardson and Bobby Simmons, Lance Williams.
Well, one of the things is Coach Stubblefield is trying to get the Chicago talent to stay home and play at DePaul. It's been difficult.
Lipsy, the young point guard, got a rebound, an extra possession, cashed in with the triple. Wow. Keyshawn Gilbert makes it hurt for DePaul. That's a 3-up and offensive rebound.
Well, Lipsy is able to get these rebounds because when you think about it, how many point guards box out the other point guard? They don't, because normally point guards aren't going to the offensive board.
Turner off for Nelson off the back of the iron, rebounded by Gilbert. Iowa State, they've now made 6 of their last 7. And a turnover. Carter, transition 3. Soft rims at Wintrust, huh?
It is definitely soft rims in Wintrust Arena. The weather must be nice and mild because they are getting all the nice bounces to fall in. First it was Odin, and now it was Carter.
Clean look. Gilbert can't catch that one in. Carter, the loose ball rebound. That goes off the foot of Lipsy.
And this is what you call a transition pull-up. Elijah Fisher just being good defensively, quick hands, and this is right in rhythm. Transition pull-up 3. Look at the soft touch. But when you're a shooter and you get your reps in, you're going to get more of those than you don't.
Lipsy steals the inbound pass. Lipsy. Jones. Score the goal. Keyshawn Gilbert.
That's too easy right there. The Blue Demons just open up the lane and let Gilbert get right to the rack. You have to be alert in transition defense, knowing that when you stop the first attack, there's more coming in the second wave. Gilbert getting to the back.
Henley. Jones. To the other Jones.
Almost a travel right there. Way to keep your foot down.
What an awkward possession that is for Robert Jones.
That was real unorthodox with the footing, but I think, as they call him, Big Ryan % field goal percentage, because he's getting everything on drop-offs, offensive rebounds. Sometimes you got to kind of stick to your role before you start expanding out and kind of catching everybody off guard.
They were seeing if the ball had hit the rim and whether or not the shot clock needed to reset. It was not. Oh my goodness, Momcilovic wants a do-over. That hit the top of the backboard from the baseline.
That's uncharacteristic of him because he's an excellent three-point shooter, coming off the last game and knocking down 4 threes. That's what I call a bad miss from a good shooter.
Fisher. Nope. Rebounded. Oden can't get it to fall. Cleared by Lipsy. Seems to get a lot of those long rebounds. That probably wasn't a great idea trying to get it Jones there. But it works out for Iowa State. Trey King is fouled. So the last couple of times down the floor, Iowa State's been sloppy, but this time they're rewarded with 2 free throws.
Well, I think both teams have been sloppy, making ill-advised passes. Lipsy threw it to a Rob Jones that wasn't even ready. But it's like making lemonade out of lemons. You come up with something, and it was all because of the hustle by the Cyclones.
So Trey King, chiseled out of granite, will shoot 2 free throws. He scored 6 of the first 8 points today for Iowa State. He is a Bluegrass State guy from Lexington, Kentucky, plays for the Colonels at Eastern Kentucky, and now experiencing the heartland of names Iowa.
Well, they only had 2 points in their last game and 4 rebounds. They really need him to perform consistently and perform well every game if they're going to have any success in Big 12 play.
King's going to leave. He's replaced by the freshman Omaha Ballou, who's actually not from Omaha. Instead, he's from Denison, Iowa. Not too far away from Omaha.
Well, he has one of the most sensational names in college basketball. I love the Omaha Ballou. That's like a celebrity name. Now he's got to have the celebrity game.
Casey Ramey from the elbow swirls it through. Remember, DePaul at one point led by 10. DePaul led 18-8 at one point. At its worst, DePaul has been down by 6, currently down by 4.
Well, they lost that lead because they started to not be locked in defensively, and they stopped getting the ball movement. Guys were searching out individual offense.
Hey, Jones, Robert Jones just shot puts it in.
And that's what I'm talking about. Robert Jones scoring on drop-offs. Teams finding his players finding him in the paint, catching a quick floater by the big guy.
Oden's been quiet since hitting his 4th three-pointer, and a bad screen. Deshaun Nelson was trying to do the right thing, but he knocks Lipsy to the floor with an illegal screen.
It looked like he lost his balance at the time that he was setting the screen, so that contributed to him getting that offensive foul.
And Lipsy's got some blood on that jersey. And I think he's just being subbed out, but while he's out, they may have to change the jersey, sanitize it, do something. Also leaving the game, Iowa State's going to take Taman Lipsy out of the game. Floater. Won't fall in. DePaul the rebound. Carter in the corner. Carter, Oden, Ramey. Along with Matt Etienne. Etienne's first time in the ball game. Number 12 in white. Transfer from UCLA. And Carter, the scoop shot falls.
I've seen Chico Carter make those kind of shots time after time. Somehow he gets in the paint. When he gets stuck, he has the ability to use his footwork to gain space to get his shot off.
Final 3 minutes and 20 seconds of our first half. Good pass. Jones to Jones, and blocked by Etienne. Here's Etienne. Just his 2nd game this season. Played 4 minutes a week ago in the loss against Northern Illinois. And Etienne keeps it alive. Extra possession for DePaul. And this is going to be a shot clock situation. I don't think the ball hit the rim. And the shot clock reset, so that's not going to...
And being a one-man fast break.
Well, we're already on triple-double watch. Taman Lipsy right now, 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Tom's doing the math. He's on pace right now.
Yeah, he's a strong rebounding guard because, like I mentioned, point guards don't normally box out because they're not attacking it. But because he has quickness.
Oh, my goodness. Pennies from heaven. With the shot clock on his back, KT Ramey hit a circus shot.
Well, that's good that he recognized the shot clock was winding down, had the knowledge and the understanding to hurry up and get to a spot for his floater.
2-point ball game. Iowa State playing without their leader, Lipsey. Get a bucket, Trey King. King's now got 9.
Cyclones doing a good job against the zone. You penetrate the zone either off the bounce or with the pass. Right there with the pass and a quick shot by King.
Backdoor cut. Yes! Vintage KT Ramey.
The dynamic finish by KT Ramey, known as a shooter, but just cutting off the glass and using the basket to finish on the other side.
That was like Quentin Richardson, Sammy Mejia, and Mark Aguirre all wrapped into one.
Well, it was a good setup and a bait for the backdoor cut. But look, I never knew KT Ramey had the little Dr. J in him, putting it on the other side of the rim.
If he did that in the NBA Finals, folks, we'd be talking about that 40 years from now. That was really cool for Ramey. And DePaul can't get out of their own way. Another bad screen set up high.
Right here, you have to have...
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, this is... Mac Etienne hasn't played in a while. Getting the rhythm and the time in the transfer from UCLA. Just getting back on the court. This is where, missing the time that he's missed, he's got to get back into the good rhythm. And those plays won't happen once he gets enough reps.
Jackson Pavletsky back into the ball game. He had a good spurt first time on the floor. And this will be a tie-up. The third tie-up we've had here in our first half.
I really like this kid, Elijah Fisher, man. He competes. He gets in there and rebounds in traffic. Rebounds versus physicality. I mean, he's a small forward playing like a big power forward.
DePaul down 2. Remember, at one point they led by 10. That was the 18-8, relatively early. But they've survived the run by Iowa State. Now they can regain the lead if they hit a 3 here. Odin had it knocked away from behind. Momcilovic with the block shot. We play on. DePaul ball. They've got numbers. This is a 5-on-4. Someone should be open. It's Ramey. Didn't want it.
And that's where we get it kind of out of control, forcing the issue. Last possession, Odin forcing the issue into traffic. In that possession, Ramey forcing the issue into traffic.
Momcilovic, first three-pointer. The freshman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Momcilovic, that's what he does. He's out there to stretch the floor and knock down threes. Like I mentioned earlier, that shot off the top of the backboard, that's not him. That corner 3 is him.
Difference game clock and shot clock, 4 seconds. The ball playing keep away, but they better start looking towards the goal. Shot clock's at 5. Odin! Yes! 5th three-pointer for Odin! It'll count if it goes, and it does! That's a 2. It's a long 2, but score the goal for Lipsey. Talk about ending the first half with a bang.
Difficult.
No, yeah.
That is very difficult, but if they can duplicate, if they can even get to making 4 more threes in the second half, that's a big night 3-point shooting-wise.
You just saw Trey King. He's got 9 points. Also with 9 points, Keyshawn Gilbert. Taman Lipsey has 9. So 3 guys with 9 for Iowa State. And now that trend ends as Trey King now has points 10 and 11 with a deuce.
Well, Iowa State came out in the second half, executed, took advantage of the size that Trey King has over Elijah Fisher.
Carter walled off. You got to assume that Jeremiah Odin was talked about ad nauseum in the Iowa State locker room at the half. He has already made 5 three-pointers. Ball poked out of bounds by King. DePaul will have 6 seconds on the shot clock. There's Odin. He was the story offensively for DePaul in the first half. 5 of 6 from behind the arc. Carter has to fire. And they'll keep it. Long rebound to Nelson. Oh, Oden, you got to fire that up. He was run off the three-point line and missed inside.
Mayer got bumped as he was penetrating to the paint.
Oh, that's wild. Shot is missed by Keyshawn Gilbert, and with body still on the floor, we've got a whistle and a foul.
Starting the second half off with a lot of wild play after that first possession that Iowa State executed.
They call the foul on Robert Jones. It's always tough when you're lying on the ground. If anything goes wrong, the guy's lying on the ground gets the foul. That's the rule.
Well, Gilbert was trying to penetrate. There was no space right there, and his own man tripped him.
Funky ball handling, and it's Iowa State ball. Beautiful left-handed pass, finds Lipsy, and a quick timeout called by DePaul.
And
So
this
DePaul
is
getting sloppy, and it's costing them.
sorry about that, Eric. This is the way DePaul has.
DePaul for the first time in program history. These schools have only played once before, back in the 60s, but DePaul won that only game.
Well, it's been a flip-flop in performances. Iowa State having a great first half in Orlando and falling apart in the second half. And then the Blue Demons, they always start off slow, but this game they started off on fire and struggling at the beginning of the second half.
DePaul breaks the pressure. Now they'll start an offense. Carter bounces it over to Nelson. Back to Carter. Back to Nelson.
Cyclones coming with that double team. Every time Nelson gets the ball, they're trying to make him a passer. They're sending that double team because they have done in the scouting report, watch Nelson not really be a willing passer, and they want to force him to try to make the passes, and they're playing for the steal.
DePaul's had the ball for 25 seconds on the shot clock, and only two guys touched the ball. Nelson's going to have to fire. Offensive rebound, Nelson. Did that ball hit out of bounds? I thought it just bounced right into Nelson's lap and he caught it.
No, it hit out of bounds first on the floor, but Nelson right there. Again, the guy shooting the ball is usually the guy who can react to his rebound faster than anybody else.
Fresh shot clock for DePaul. Nelson committed that time down the floor, but nothing's falling.
And this is where DePaul needs quality shots. Sometimes Nelson gets in a mode where he is forcing the issue. Let it come to you.
Gilbert. Lipsy. Dumps down to King. And King, his second effort rewarded.
King is just relentless when he gets the ball in the paint. Being aggressive, using his power, but also having to be able to quick react for offensive rebounds.
Iowa State at one point was down by 10. They're now leading by 10. And that's another bad screen by DePaul. Deshaun Nelson.
I thought he was more stationary this time. Let me look at it. This is where the point guard has to wait. You have to wait for the big to establish himself before you take off.
So the Cyclones leading the ball. Wow, look at that behind the back pass. Give him an assist. Gilbert finds Jones.
And that's
State's been really creative with their passing.
Hey, that's Gilbert, who committed to Coach TJ at UNLV, ended up transferring here.
Oden's fouled, and we'll see what his free throw stroke looks like.
Gilbert with the penetration, using his athleticism. Look at him draw the defense.
If you squint a little bit, that looked like Ja Morant.
I was about to say that was a la Ja Morant right there. I think it's the hair, the athleticism leaning in, the hang time. But that was some a la Ja Morant right there.
Oden shoot the ball like Trent Diener used to for the DePaul Blue Demons. He has made 5 3-pointers. Makes his first free throw. Believe it or not, that's the first point DePaul has scored here in the second half. 3 minutes scoreless to begin the second half is never a good thing for Tony Stubblefield.
Well, Coach Stubblefield needs his team to kind of settle in. Hopefully that backdoor cut they got with the foul on Odom will get them to calm down and settle in. And now they need to string along 3 or 4 consecutive defensive possessions.
Deshaun Nelson's going to sit. Churchill Abbas replaces him. Momcilovic, his second three-pointer.
I said that in order to beat the zone, you got to get penetration off the bounce or off the pass. Once you do that, usually the defenders in the zone sleep and forget who the shooters are, which DePaul did on that possession.
Gilbert quickly the other way. Momcilovic run off the line. And a foul is going to go against DePaul, trying to keep Trey King off the glass. I do believe, and this is just me talking, I'm sure it's probably not, but it seems as if the rim that Iowa State's shooting on is really soft, maybe softer than the one on the other end of the floor.
No, I would agree with you on that. It definitely is softer. That's why you're getting those delayed bounces.
Did you ever play in a gym when you were in the Big East back in your day at Providence that had looser rims than others?
I thought Madison Square Garden's rims were pretty decent as far as having some softness to them. Other than that, no, I don't think. Because, you know, most of the time you play in these big arenas and they have ice on the floor. I can't recall any arena having soft rims like that.
Ball poked away. Paveletzky finds Gilbert. And back in your day with all those great power forwards, Austin Crozier and Michael Smith and you, Dickey, you guys had to play for a couple minutes and all those dunks would make the rim soft.
You know, soft rim, you gotta love soft rims because you gotta have a bad shot and get the bounce.
Pass in tight quarters, there's no chance that Bass is gonna catch that. Beautiful pass! Iowa State's got it rolling right now. Paveletzky to Trey King.
At the beginning of the game, I said one of the formulas for success for the Blue Demons was to handle the deets for the team who got the steal. And as you can see, the Cyclones getting steals and letting their defense create offense.
Iowa State trying to get to 6-2 in non-conference play. DePaul's only got 5 shots off here in our second half. They've only taken 5 shots in the first 4.5 minutes. All of them have been 2-point field goal attempts, and they haven't hit one of them. So that number is still outstanding. 3-point shooting for DePaul. They're 7 for 11, but now they're not getting open threes anymore. They're being run off the line.
Well, you can't get shots if you're turning the ball over. That's one thing. As you see, another turnover by the pressure.
I'll tell you what, Paveletzky's really good in the open floor. He gets the ball with guys flying around, and he throws perfect passes, that time to Trey King.
Well, Coach Otzelberger talked about how Paveletzky is just a bull defensively, offensively. He's crafty.
If Paveletzky was playing in a middle school game, he wouldn't look out of place. He's got that youthful look, but he's a killer. Let's see. It'll stay with Iowa State.
You get the trap right there. Unforced turnover by Carter, just losing the ball. And Paveletzky just being quick, passing it up to Trey King. Trey King under control, let the defender fly by.
You can win a lot of games with guys like Jackson Paveletzky because you don't really know what he is. Is he a 2? Is he a 1? But he handles the ball well enough. He sees things. He's always making that beautiful next pass. He can shoot it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Everything's falling apart for DePaul. So a 3-point play by Keyshawn Gilbert on the inbound pass that DePaul lost track of.
They have not been able to handle the pressure whatsoever. And if I'm Iowa State, I do not let up on the pressure. I keep bringing the heat, making the Blue Demons be uncomfortable offensively.
This is a 4-point game at the half. It was 41-37. DePaul has 2 free throws here in our second half, and now a 3. KT Ramey stops the bleeding.
But you see how simple that was? Got the ball over half court, got it to Nelson. He didn't force the issue, saw the double team coming, and found the open shooter.
DePaul is 8 for 12 shooting 3-pointers, yet they're down 20. Something doesn't compute. Good golly! They're 9 for 13! Another one for Odin, his 6th.
I don't like to be a broken record, but Carter could have gave that pass up 3 dribbles sooner. Fortunately for him, Odin was still wide open.
All right, here comes DePaul. Mini run for the Blue Demons, down 17. And number 10 is fouled by number 10. Henley fouled by Gilbert. And both sides are going to go to the bench. I don't want to wake up DePaul. We're running right now. What's the point of picking up a flagrant one and giving DePaul extra points, extra possessions, and waking them up a little bit, making them angry? Don't poke a bear. DePaul still has not missed a free throw as a team. They are 5 for 5 at the line. One more for Henley. Looking like Rod Strickland used to back at the free throw line at DePaul.
And to your point, Eric, they get the 2 free throws, they get an extra possession. Here's a possession, if they knock down a 3 the way they're shooting them now 13, you're talking about now they're down 12.
Ramey can't do it. Here's the run out. Lipsy, one man to beat. And he's fouled. And some wonderful sportsmanship there by KT Ramey. He knew that he fouled Lipsy hard and immediately tried to help him up and then patted him on the back and said, no harm, partner.
Yeah, and right there, it's just Lipsy's momentum made the foul look worse than it was. Ramey just hit him on the arm, but his momentum, Lipsy's momentum, and just that hit on the arm took him to where it looked like it was a harder foul than it was.
We were talking about Lipsy going to Ames High School, local kid. Mr. Basketball in Iowa, just like other Ames High School Iowa State cyclists, Fred Hoiberg and Harrison Barnes. But neither Hoiberg or Barnes, the best college player to ever come out of Ames High School. That would be Doug McDermott, and there will be no debate about that. McDermott was the triple truth during his time at Creighton. And you and I know, we did a whole bunch of his games. Woo! Love the effort by Odin. He's been making a bunch of threes, and this time took it to the rack with some conviction.
I like him being valiant to the rim, being aggressive. They're running him off the line, but when he's attacking, and he's attacking with that kind of force, and now you can get to the free throw line, that's the added piece you like to see in Odin's game.
Odin had been perfect at the free throw line, but he clanks that. That's the first miss for DePaul at the line. They're 6 for 7 as a team shooting free throws.
When you're trying to chip into a deficit, you cannot afford to miss free throws right now. DePaul needs to make this free throw and think about putting a little full court pressure on and dropping back into a zone, being aware of where the three-point shooters are.
Odin's got 20 points without making a 2-point field goal. He's got 6 threes and 3 free throws. 21 points for Odin. Ripping it, Curtis Jones, his first triple of the night.
Curtis Jones is a three-point shooter. He comes off the bench. A veteran college player, knows how to play.
Curtis Jones has got a good winter coach. He's from Minneapolis, played college ball at Buffalo, and now lives in Ames, Iowa. Doesn't have to be that way, partner. There are warm places in the world. Odin. Wraparound pass. Got it back with the left hand. First 2-point field goal for Odin. He's got 23.
It wasn't pretty. A lot of forced the issue right there in that possession. But luckily the ball went back at Odin's hand for an easy layup. And
Pavletsky is fouled. I'm actually curious about this Paveletzky guy, because he does not have great free throw shooting numbers. How is it possible that Jackson Paveletzky is only 6 for 11 at the free throw line?
I never understand that, how shooters who shoot a high percentage from the three but shoot a low percentage from the free throw, the only explanation I can give is that they don't shoot that many free throws in a game or a set of games.
Oh my goodness. He is now 50% on the year at the free throw line. Wonderful player. Transfer from Wofford. Free throws a 50-50 proposition for Paveletzky.
Here's an opportunity for the Blue Demons to take advantage of the backdoor cut. When they moved the ball side to side, they were able to get some backdoor cuts. Otherwise, they can work in the pick and pop.
Nelson backdoor cut, bounced off the foot of Chico Carter.
But that was the right thought process. They've been able to be effective getting from side to side to the backdoor cut.
Wonderful storied conferences.
Yeah, that Butler game last night was very entertaining.
Dickey's, Big East top teams. You're stirring the pot a little bit. Maybe a little controversy you're starting Dickey.
I don't think people like that I have UConn ahead of Marquette, but I mean, they're the national champions. You can't dethrone them as the #1 team in preseason and start for Big East. I got UConn over Marquette.
Chilevich with the bucket.
Hey, now, he's a three-point shooter. I didn't see anything showing that he was coming with the Dirk Nowitzki one-legger step back. But he is a talented freshman offensively.
Mac Etienne getting some second half playing time right now. He wears number 12 for DePaul. Just the second game on the year for Etienne. Henley. There was a time when Iowa State was down 10. That was 18-8 in our first quarter. First half, I apologize. Etienne, a rebound.
Oh, I know the game is, I know he's feeling well now. Trey King just took that three. He hasn't made a three yet. 0 for 4 throughout the season. That's not his game, but you know they're feeling it when Trey King is shooting threes.
Hey, there we go. Jackson Paveletzky. First three-pointer in his first attempt tonight for Paveletzky.
Paveletzky, only a sophomore, and ever since he's entered the game in the first half, he was the guy who helped change the momentum and the energy for this Cyclones team.
We're still keeping an eye on a possible triple-double for Taman Lipsy. He's got 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Remember, this is the program that produced Tyrese Halliburton a couple of years ago. Taylor Fortner.
That Thursday game is like a rivalry week. That's like a rivalry game early.
Huh? Yeah.
Iowa State versus Iowa.
You got the Prairie View A&M Panthers and the Eastern Illinois Panthers. And trying to inbound the ball, we're going to get a foul against Iowa State.
Yeah, and really giving each official an opportunity to look at it. But it's a simple call. Flagrant one for sure.
So 2 free throws coming for Elijah Fisher.
Now, Eric, there's still a lot of time left in this game. And I have seen DePaul make comebacks in games. I was doing the Long Beach State game, and they were down close to 20. They brought it back to a one-possession game, 3 points away almost to tie it, to send it into overtime. So the Blue Demons are capable of coming back.
Pitcher trying to get a handle of it and said, hey, guys, just play ball. Play basketball.
I like that.
So a chance for a possible 5-point possession. Hit a 3 here, and it's 5 points this time down the court for DePaul. Nelson, it's a 4-point possession. 4 points that time down the floor for DePaul, and they're down by 19.
DePaul back in the 2-3 zone. Let's see if that offensive conversion makes them play defense better.
Loose. DePaul basketball. Carter making something on his own. Chico Carter.
And what you want to do when you're a coach and you're trying to get your team to come back, you talk about 5 possessions at a time. Can we get 5 stops and 5 offensive conversions? That's the way you chip into a deficit.
Since the flagrant one, a 6-0 run for DePaul. Gilbert gets it to go.
That's too easy right there. Nelson has to step up in the middle of the zone. That's his responsibility. You cannot stay back in the restricted area and let penetration get to the rim.
Nelson. Nice penetration and assist, Chico Carter. Now DePaul can't afford to be trading baskets. Gilbert is fouled as he switched it to the left hand, and he'll go to the free throw line where he'll shoot right-handed.
And understand something, Eric, with the Blue Demons. Right here, it was a back screen by Nelson's man on Ramey that got Gilbert wide open. If you're Nelson and you're guarding Trey King and he sets a screen, you should be back in the paint. Trey King is not making three-point shots, and Nelson was still standing and wasn't back to help Ramey when he got screened. Those are defensive breakdowns that either come from being tired or not being locked in on your responsibility defensively.
Gilbert's made some really nice passes left-handed. He's had to change his shot and shoot a couple of left-handed floaters. I wonder if he's ambidextrous, because he has really been efficient, proficient with his seemingly offhand. Nelson. He got hit on the elbow. That's why the ball never made it to the rim. And there's a heavy Iowa State crowd at Wintrust right now. As you heard the boos rain down, they call the foul on Iowa State and Trey King.
Over the last several possessions, the Blue Demons have gotten what they want offensively. They've taken quality shots. They've knocked them down. They've gotten to the free throw line, which has stopped the clock. They hope them chip into the deficit. The problem is they're not staying consistent defensively. And I understand that they're kind of thin with their roster. Guys being hurt. They're probably guys that are tired. But if you want to be that team, if you want to get from over the hump, you have to dig down deep.
DeAndre Young is going to play for the first time. Didn't see him all in the first half. He comes in wearing number 11 for DePaul. And immediately trying to put some pressure on the ball is DeAndre Young. And it works. DePaul gets it back. No damage done. And the turnover. Lipsy a steal. And Lipsy another assist as he gets it to Robert Jones.
And that hurts when you work it so hard.
And Nelson just obliterated Pavletsky. Just crushed him. Another illegal screen set by DePaul.
It hurts when you get a great defensive possession and then you go back and turn the ball right over to the team and they convert on it. As Carter did right there.
8th assist for Lipsy. Nelson's going to leave. Nelson's got 4 fouls. He's the only player on either side with 4 fouls. Only other person in even mild foul trouble is Robert Jones, who's got 3 for Iowa State.
And as crazy as this sounds, like 2 possessions, 2 good defensive possessions and 2 knockdown threes. And DePaul's only down by 10.
Another assist for Lipsy. Again, he finds Jones.
But then you have these defensive breakdowns right there on the ball screen. Guys not helping each other.
Lipsy is really getting close to that triple-double. We talk about his rebounding ability as a guard. That's going to be the final frontier, the 3 rebounds, because he's only 1 assist away from double figures in that category.
The rim and the paint That is the key, and they've done it well with 46 points in the paint to 14 by DePaul. And the Cyclones have 30 points off of turnovers.
Now both sides are in the bonus. This is a 1-and-1. The first one is good, so DeAndre Young will have one more. DeAndre is from Del City, Oklahoma. Played collegiately at Valparaiso before DePaul. Crusaders, Bryce Drew, best to ever come out of Valpo. Good job breaking the press. That's the 10th assist for Lipsy. Again, he finds Robert Jones.
Lipsy is just special. Only a sophomore.
There's some Iowa State fans out there trying to recall what the record is for assists in a game. I can help you out. It's Tyrese Halliburton with 17. That's the record for Iowa State. So I don't know if Lipsy's going to get there, but he's had a great night.
Well, he's so special. I mean, he affects the statistics in so many categories. We talked about the rebounding. We know he can score because he's the leading scorer on this Cyclones team. But right here, just having the awareness, the vision, and the touch on his pass to throw the lob.
So Lipsy now 3 rebounds away from a triple-double, and those rebounds are doable. He came into this game averaging 6 rebounds. This is a guy who's 6'1", averaging 6 rebounds. The last 2 Iowa State Cyclones to record triple-doubles, both currently in NBA short pants. You got Tyrese Halliburton, and you got Monte Morris. How about that?
Yeah, those are 2 quality guards. Obviously, Halliburton, an all-star.
DePaul down 17. This would be nice. Young can't hit it. Rebounded. Pavletsky.
DePaul is going to make a push right here in this last stance. Before it gets to the 5-minute mark, they have to continue to apply pressure on the ball.
And foul called on DeAndre Young. He actually got Momcilovic around the neck, but I don't think they're going to look at it. Yeah, first one against the ball.
Yeah, that one right there, just looking at the angle, he didn't hit him in the throat like King did. It wasn't a hard foul on the head like Gilbert did. But again, above the shoulders and neck area, it gets questionable and has to have a review.
I'm not a scout, but this guy's got a chance to be really good. He's a freshman, hadn't played anywhere else, and he can really shoot the basketball. Milan Momcilovic from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just outside of Milwaukee. He's got some offensive game. And it's not that easy shooting free throws in an empty lane. No one practices that.
No, he did a prep year at Milwaukee High School to get an extra year of development, an extra year of exposure for a college scholarship. And he definitely has talent as a being freshman.
King! Rebound ripped down by Young. The ball running out of time. Carter crawls it in. I think these are the softest rims in the Big East.
I would agree with you on that. But again, DePaul right now, they have to pick up full court. You can't save your energy right now. You have to pick up full court. You have to trap on screens. You're going to have to fly around to cause havoc, to try to create turnovers.
Blocked. Abbas got a hand on it. DePaul ball. They've got numbers 5 on 4. Goofy looking Euro, but it's going to result in free throws for Jaden Henley.
Again, this is an opportunity for the Blue Demons. Clock stop, make your free throws. They got the steal, hesitation dribble. It was a funny looking Euro step, but fortunately for Henley, he got the contact to draw the foul. You need to be thinking about your defense, picking up full court after he makes these free throws.
How'd you know he was going to make that free throw?
Because he made his last 2. And because I'm not the play-by-play guy who jinxes the free throw shooter.
DePaul is 15 for 17 at the line, so you really can't jinx these guys. They're 88% as a club. And that's going to go up 16 for 18. 88%. 88.9. Technically 89. Going to round up. Momcilovic back into the ball game for Iowa State. Pavlovsky crosses the timeline. Iowa State has led by as many as 23. King, 2 more. He's now got 20.
Another excellent pass by Gilbert. Once he got in the paint, the interior drop off to the big. Henley not getting over there to get that steal.
And Abbas is fouled because of the bonus. We'll have free throws.
Well, this is just Gilbert again, penetrating, getting the paint touch. Nice dip off. That was the responsibility of Henley to be in there to still get his hands on that scoop pass.
Bass is young to the game. Freshman from Nigeria. He shoots a good free throw.
I really like Abbas's upside. I got to see him in one game where he came off the bench and changed the tone, just blocking shots and walling up.
And they said he's just played a handful of years at basketball, and you can't tell it by the way he shoots his free throws.
I mean, to be a freshman and be physically built, athleticism, he's a good piece for the future.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. This could be another flagrant foul, folks. Deshaun Nelson just fouled out of the game, and he got his money's worth. So Nelson is done. Well, maybe Keyshawn Gilbert made it look worse than it was, but okay, so they're not going to look at it any longer, but Nelson's done. And DePaul can't corral the rebound. And Tony Stubberfield is just beside himself.
And it's tough to come back when you're down and you just have the mishaps happen over and over again. This block out, giving up offensive rebounds, giving the team another possession.
King. This guy has had a night and a half. Give him 22.
That's just a good job by the Cyclones recognizing the mismatch and continue to take advantage of it.
Carter finds Henley. Up and in. Oden. He's been quiet for a bit, but Oden pads his stats with 25 now. He's got his uniform number. Pavlovsky, 2 more. 9 points for Pavlovsky.
You just see that ability of Pavlovsky to bait his defender, send him one way, and just a simple backdoor cut.
Henley off the miss. So DePaul still thinking they've got a chance. 15-point game. 4 minutes to play. And a foul going to be called on Fisher. And with the bonus, we'll have free throws coming for Pavlovsky. So we'll all catch our breath. 3:52 remaining.
And what's going on and hitting those points with 5 double-figure scores, you got to love it.
Well, we may have a 6th Cyclone in double figures. We've got double bonus free throws for Pavlovsky. So that gives him 10 points, and he's got another free throw coming. The wolf in sheep's clothing. Jackson Pavlovsky.
Well, Pavlovsky, unassuming basketball player. If you saw him outside, you wouldn't think that he is out here changing and setting the tone for the Cyclones.
Did a nice job of defense right there on Chico Carter and forcing the miss.
But I go back to when DePaul started off the game well. Pavlovsky came in the game, and he really had some possessions that changed the tone of the game for Cyclones.
That last rebound for Iowa State, oh, by the way, was run down by Lipsey. He's got 8. So he is 2 rebounds away from just the 3rd triple-double in Iowa State history. The first 2 guys in the NBA right now. Monte Morris, Tyrese Halliburton.
The other reason that he's an effective rebounder outside of the fact that I pointed out where point guards don't normally box out. Lipsey has excellent anticipation and quickness and speed to chase down offensive rebounds or to chase down long rebounds.
So in the NBA, there'd be some person on that bench who would say, hey, Taman, you're 2 rebounds away. Is there that guy in college? Does he have any idea he's 2 rebounds away for a triple-double?
I don't think he has any idea. And here's the question. Coach Osselberger has to think about how long do I leave Lipsey in the game coming down the stretch right now.
They're not playing again until Thursday. And it's still relatively close. It's a 17-point game. Score the goal there for Fisher.
Too much space that the Blue Demons are giving the Cyclones. They're just too comfortable passing the ball around.
DePaul's going to be off until they take on Texas A&M. That's their next game. Another bucket there for Fisher. He scored bucket last 2 times down the floor. So Fisher's got 8 points. Came in averaging 11. Gilbert hits the deck. He'll go to the free throw line.
Gilbert has been good today. Gilbert has been good today. I mean, he's been aggressive using his athleticism to attack the basket. He's had some unbelievable passes in the paint. That behind the back pass he made. He's been a quiet killer through this game, being aggressive offensively and setting his teammates up.
Abbas comes back into the ball game for DePaul. Coming back into the game for Iowa State is Robert Jones. Robert Jones has been the recipient of the lion's share of Taman Lipsey's assists. Great pass. Young. Oh, did he get it? Yes, he did. Lipsey's now 1 rebound away from a triple-double. That's why you stayed with us, folks. Maybe a 16-point game, but you got a chance for Cyclone history. It's hard to get a triple-double in a 40-minute game.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, triple-doubles, I mean, that's a big... You're not just getting triple-doubles easily.
Follow your shot, son. 3-ball, Taman Lipsey. What a ball game. What a player. 15 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. Good job. And I guarantee he had no idea what kind of numbers he's got. He is just a winner. He's just thinking about doing the next right thing on the court that's going to help Iowa State.
Well, Coach Osselberger talked about it earlier today when we spoke with him, how Lipsey has improved his game from freshman year to sophomore year. He was all freshman team last year, all academic. This is a kid you're talking about, a 4.0 student.
What?
4.0 student.
Good job.
All packaged in a 6'1" frame, and he's one of the leading rebounders on this team with 1 rebound away, as you mentioned, to get a triple-double and be one of the few triple-double Cyclones with NBA players that have moved on from Iowa State to the NBA.
Monte Morris, Tyrese Halliburton. Well, for those looking for Boise State and St. Mary's, that game has started on the Fox Sports app. We'll get you there as soon as we are done here. Oh, there it is! He gets his triple-double! Taman Lipsey! The crowd going nuts and he probably has no idea why.
Just a sensational performance by, I got to call him Mighty Mouse. I remember they used to call Damon Stoudemire Mighty Mouse in the NBA. I'm going to have to call Lipsey Mighty Mouse because he just gets it done.
So our final minute of play here. This is going to be an Iowa State win on a historic night for Tamin Lipsey. Incredible.
If the coaches know that he has a triple-double now, this is the time to sub him out the game.
How did he get this rebound?
I mean, you couldn't have...
He was kind of the fourth in line among the Cyclones to get that, and he got it anyway.
But the best part about it was, you asked me, did he know he was close to triple-double? I don't think so. He wasn't hunting for a triple-double. It fell into his hands. Coach talked about how Lipsey is a leader. You have a sophomore that's a leader on this team. And he said they go, and he wants the team and the players to develop Lipsey's personality.
Yeah, a really cool moment there. The Iowa State fans who have made the pilgrimage from Ames giving it up. The knowledgeable basketball fans in Chicago who normally root for DePaul, obviously appreciative of wonderful play, giving it up for Tamin Lipsey. Iowa State's going to finish with 99 points in a 40-minute basketball game. They're going to go to 6-2 with a smile on their face. Great performance from soup to nuts for Iowa State. So, Tamin Lipsey, a triple.